What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at the newest Infiniti QX80. This one is the Autograph, finished off in mineral black with the silver two-tone roof. MSRP is $114,000. Let's get right into Infiniti's jumbo luxury SUV, see what this thing has to offer. Underneath the hood of the newest Infiniti QX80, you're gonna find a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged 6-cylinder engine. This V6 makes 450 horsepower with 516 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, an all-mode 4-wheel drive system, can even do 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. Curb weight is 6,000 pounds. It runs on a 23.6 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 16 miles per gallon in the city with 19 out on the highway, and max towing capacity is 8,500 pounds. The overall length is 211.2 inches with a wheelbase at 121. Width is 83.3 and height is 78 inches. Taking a look at the exterior styling with Infiniti's newest QX80. This is a jumbo SUV with a really large design. You can see just how much road presence it has. It has a really cool set of LED lights up above. Those are more of the turn signals as well as running lights. That leads into this massive upper grille. You're gonna see some black chrome and then all gloss black throughout the grille mesh. Massive Infiniti logo, forward-facing camera. And then down below, you can see more openings to provide cooling to the intercooler and radiators. You have some gray trim down below. There's a forward-facing sensor as well as parking sensors. And then in the farthest corners, that's where the actual headlights are, kind of tucked away. And then there's a huge opening to provide some airflow through that front bumper. As you can tell, it has a massive front end. It's a really big vehicle. Up on the hood, we have a lot of sharp body lines that lead towards the windshield. Has a really cool style overall to make this thing stand out quite a lot. And then at the side profile, you're gonna get a massive set of 22-inch wheels finished off in a two-tone design with a multi-spoke look. You have some sleek lines around the front fender as well as this cool trim piece. You're also gonna get a flush design for these door handles that'll automatically pop open and close when you get closer to the vehicle. And then we have the power folding side mirrors. Finished in body colored with the turn signal as well as a camera, and then all black trim throughout all the windows. The silver roof looks pretty cool. Normally you don't really see that. Then we have a nice panoramic sunroof up above as well. There's a cool pinched design to that roof line on that last piece of glass, and then we get the Autograph logo with some satin gray trim throughout it. For the side profile, the QX80 is a big SUV, very nice looking with a really cool side profile. It's squared off and boxy, but it also has a lot of very elegant lines throughout it to give it a pretty stylish look. You're gonna see how sleek the side profile is, making our way into those taillights. And then we get a thick set of running boards down below. And back, nice set of LED taillights that are connecting with a really nice modern design, and then more of that satin gray trim throughout all the glass back here. Got Infiniti spelled out with a rear-facing camera, QX80 4-wheel drive logo, and then all the trim down below in the lower portion of the bumper. Trailer hitch is integrated underneath the license plate. Got all of your parking sensors as well. So it comes together to be a pretty cool looking SUV. Definitely not quite anything else out there on the market that looks quite like this. For Infiniti's key fob, you have your basic buttons with remote start, power tailgate. I can go ahead and lock the car, of course, but when I walk up to it, the door handles will open up and we can check out this interior. This one's gonna get a burgundy leather interior with a really nice style. You can see that panoramic sunroof up above. And then along the door panel, I love all the colored materials. Got the soft touch up above with the black and stitching. Cool stripe design with memory seating, release handle, and all that black chrome trim. Got the cool diamond pattern throughout that part with more padding, the two-tone color, all of your controls on this left side, and storage down below. Got Infiniti on the door sill that is illuminated, and then controls on the left side of the seat with your massager as well as the bolster support and lumbar support. You're gonna see the smooth black leather with gray piping and then all the gray stitching throughout this burgundy color. And I like this really cool pattern throughout the center with all the perforations. Got more of that design throughout the backrest, and then the Klipsch audio system as well with the speakers mounted in the headrests. For the steering wheel, you're gonna see the nice black leather with a little bit of the red throughout the airbag cover and your Infiniti logo right in the center. And then now inside the new Infiniti QX80, keep my foot on the brake, we can go and fire it up. You're gonna have the two massive screens turning on with a nice animation as well as that climate control screen. For the center, you got your Infiniti badge, and then controls over on this left side for all the cruise control settings. We have volume as well, We have controls on the right side for the screens and more audio controls. You can even configure left and right side and easily go into all sorts of different information. So pretty nice how you can configure both screens from this icon. You're going to see paddle shifters on the back side of the steering wheel, and then the stalk on the right is for all the windshield wipers, and then the left stalk you have headlights and turn signal. For the screen in the center, this is customizable as well. You have a nice design right here. You can see some of the information throughout the vehicle. Scrolling left and right, you're going to get all the basic information you're used to seeing in any modern Infiniti. Under settings, we can adjust heads-up display, a few more things like that. And then going under customized display, we have a couple different designs. So we have the dynamic, we have the elegant, and then enhance is a little bit more simplistic. So pretty cool the way it is all laid out. Very simple, but you have some cool information. Over on this left side, we have the lane keeping and steering intervention, auto start stop, your heads-up display, tailgate release, interior dimming, electronic parking brake. And then I like how you have the red leather material, a little bit of piano black with your air vent, this nice trim, and then all soft touch and stitching up on the dashboard. So nice design there. At nighttime, these stripes as well as the Infiniti name are all going to light up throughout that piano black. I like how there's not too much piano black. It kind of blends into the screen, which actually does really look quite nice. You have more of this cool textured material, which I really like. Screen is also touchscreen, so you can go into this screen and you have a couple different items you're able to go through. Very easily you can access all this different information. We have settings that are going to pop up as well. Of course, full screen nav. You have the audio, the phone integration back to the home screen. And then if I go ahead and put it into reverse, you got a nice backup camera with a top-down view. You can also configure a couple different designs for all of that. And going back into the park button. Underneath all that, you're going to see volume and track along with air vents, start-stop button. Pretty nice layout with the colors and the materials throughout it. And then down below, we have our climate screen. One thing I really like, it is haptic. So you can actually touch things and nothing happens until you actually press it. You might be able to hear that. So you actually have to press these icons for it to start doing something, which actually makes this very easy to use for being touchscreen. Also with that, you can go between front and rear. So I can actually easily adjust the front climate control, rear climate control, even the rear seats. I can turn their seats on and off. You got your steering wheel control as well. Drive modes is going to pop up with all that information, four-wheel drive settings as well. You can also configure the temperature very simply. So nice layout overall. Got your hazards right here. There's extra storage down below. Auto button for the suspension, a shortcut to the camera. And then I really like all the two-tone materials with this soft touch leather. Got the red as well as the black. This is even a cooler, and you can fit a massive 32-ounce water bottle in here. So that has been very useful. And then both of these will pop open. We have cup holders on the right side, phone charging in the center with a couple plugs. And then down below on the far right side, you have a nice sized glove box. One last look at the interior. This is a really nice place to be. Everything is soft touch. Even the headliner is a nice Alcantara micro suede material. Got your massive sunshade as well. It's a really nice place to be. Seats are super comfortable, great use of materials, and then we even have the camera system for the rear view mirror. Moving on to the rear seat space, I can just grab the door handle, open it up. The rear door panel is going to be finished off just like we get up front with the cool perforations throughout the soft touch. You have this nice stripe design as well, so really nicely appointed. Back seats are all power controls, so we can slide these forwards back. We have recline adjustments. Got the same materials with the smooth black leather, the perforated red leather. They look really nice and premium back here. In the center, we're even going to get a lot of really nice controls. So on top of the basic controls, these seats are even heated and ventilated. You have adjustments for all the zones. You have the fan speed you can play with, the temperature you can play with as well. Your climate vents are going to be up in the ceiling, which are fantastic because they will cool down the baby seat instantly. So we've had zero issues with this car in the hot summer days. There's plugs down below. And then right here, we can open that up for two cup holders, and this is all soft touch material. Now, this screen as well, we can play with. So if I turn that on, we can actually make even more adjustments for climate control. So very easily, I can adjust the climate back here with fan speed. The vented seats, I can adjust those. Seat adjustments even, I can play with. And these are massaging seats. So second row seats, you can have a nice massage going, which has been very good. More settings like that for the screen itself. Really cool to have the screen as well as this dial up here. On top of that, the armrest pops open. We have a good amount of space in here with two extra plugs. And as you can tell, I have a ton of legroom and footroom. There are no complaints sitting in the back seat. We've had this for the week. Baby seat, Wife sitting back here, she can enjoy her time in the massaging vented seat. Baby's comfortable with the nice climate. Moving on to the third row, you're gonna get a button on the upper section. We can just hold this, you'll hear a beep, and then you can let go of it. Seat's gonna automatically pop upwards and slide out of the way. It takes a couple seconds, so you gotta wait for that. However, it does give you a pretty nice entry point into that third row, where you're gonna find 3 full-size seats. And back here even, you have heated seats. You have adjustments as well to completely fold these flat or just recline them out of the way. There's even air vents up above, and you can see that nice suede material for that roof. And then going ahead and sitting back here, we can pop these headrests up. And then if I recline this a little bit, this is actually pretty good. My head almost touches the back a little bit. But again, this is a big SUV. My knees are a little bit up high, so it's not the greatest third row in the world. But when you compare it to probably 95% of 3-row vehicles, honestly, I could be back here. I wouldn't really have any complaints. There's enough amenities and space. 3 people in a pinch could actually fit here pretty good, even nearly 6-foot tall people. Moving on to the cargo space, there's gonna be a hidden button right here in the trim, and we have our power tailgate we can go ahead and lift open. So with the third row up, you can get a pretty good idea of how they look nearly fully reclined. You still have quite a lot of storage space back here in this carpeted area, and then underneath the floor, there's even a little bit of hidden space. Now on the right side, we have a button to raise and lower the suspension, and then all the controls to automatically put down and up all the back seats. So first and foremost, we can just press this button and push this headrest all the way down very easily. You gotta plug over on that left side. And then with these buttons, we have our left and right for the third row. You can just press them once, and the third row is gonna automatically fold forward. So easy access, as you can tell, and with the second row still in the positions that I had them reclined back nicely, and you have a ton of space. This has been really practical. We fit a whole Costco and Target trip in the back with the fam. So very, very nice. And then with these seats as well, I can put that left side down, and it makes it very easy that you don't have to move every seat out of the way just to put one seat down. So it makes that super quick and easy. Got your button up here. We can go ahead and close the power lift gate. And then with the seats folded down flat, you can see how nice that is, even with this really cool fancy center console. And really does have a ton of space to make this extremely useful for the family as well as cargo. All right, so setting off now in the QX80. So in the parking lot, as far as the turning circle goes, you can tell this thing is massive. So obviously you gotta get used to driving in a full-size jumbo SUV. With the air suspension and the drive modes, a 4-wheel drive system, obviously a gravel road is nothing, but this is something you could go on a camping trip, tow your boat up the mountain, and pretty much take anywhere. The camera system all does a really good job too. And with the power and the weight, this thing gets up to speed very well, honestly. It really isn't a slouch at all. It has the power to it. The transmission does a pretty good job. And when you're in here, again, this thing is big. You got that massive hood, a huge windshield, lots of glass. The camera works great. The side mirrors work great. Overall visibility is actually really good too. You can see pretty much anything with no compromises. You just got to get used to being in something that is this wide. Now build quality, as we go quickly over these bumps. This thing takes bumps like a champ. It drives like it's a tank. There's really nothing that can stop this car. It is just a big, tough vehicle. It rides really good. It is a nice, soft ride too, especially with these front seats. Power is really nice, but I mean, it drives like a luxury car. We're going 45 now. You can hear the engine a little bit, but it kind of has that nice sound to it, so it's got a good tone to it. But you don't hear any wind noise or road noise or anything like that. It's just a pleasant luxury vehicle to be in. The drive modes don't do that much. The sport mode basically makes the throttle just a little bit sharper. You probably just leave it in standard for probably 99% of your driving. But I like how the steering has good weight to it. The brakes seem to do a good job. Being super luxurious with the ride, there is a lot of brake dive, so if you hit the brakes, you can kind of see how the front end dies a lot. So if you got passengers and you got to slam the brakes, which I may have done a couple times, people don't exactly like it that much. So you got to drive it a little bit softer than you might be used to driving. But as far as a luxury riding vehicle for 6 figures, this better be a nice place to be. And it has been. It's been enjoyable to cruise in, and it's so roomy with all the luxury features that some of the competition doesn't even have. I've really enjoyed this, honestly, and I can see the value to it, especially, I think the climate's been really fun. Just being able to adjust the backseat climate, making sure everyone is good in the back without even anyone back there having to lift a finger. I've been liking having that control. And then having massaging seats everywhere is also a good touch. All right, so my honest thoughts now with this QX80. So to be honest, for a family vehicle, obviously if you're buying something this big, you probably have kids, something like that. This has been awesome. Now, we had a minivan recently, and my wife and I, our family car is an Audi RS3, so a very small sedan. It works great for our needs. When we had the minivan recently, it was very nice, and I can see the appeal when you have kids and car seats to do the whole minivan thing. However, I would never actually buy a minivan. They're just not cool enough for what my wife and I like. We like SUVs if we're gonna get a family car. This has been awesome. Mainly, the few little creature comforts that this car offers has made this exceptionally just nice to use on the day-to-day. So we are wrapping up summer. It's a little toasty out. And when you have a 1 or 2 month old, you know, the heat is a big deal. And being such a big vehicle, I was worried this would take a long time to cool down. But the ceiling mounted vents have been awesome. So I can hurry up and get in real quick, or even just do the remote start. And the climate is all automatically going, and that cool air is blowing right out of the car seat. Not even a question when it's over 100 degrees in the car. So that has been awesome. The climate works fantastic in this car. You got the cold air right back there, no questions asked. So that alone has made me not only enjoy this car, but in the future, any SUV we get, you really want to have ceiling mounted vents. That is just awesome. On top of that, you know, when we're traveling, one of us is still sitting in the back. That's just how we're doing it since we are just starting out. And my wife has been able to sit in luxury in the back. Had her massaging seat on, had the ventilated seat on, got plenty of storage to put whatever she needs back there. The baby bag all fits here. You just have so much room. It's been really nice. So if you have a family, this is a really good choice. I can see the appeal. One of my friends has the Nissan Armada, which is the same vehicle, just the Nissan version, and I can see why he's got it. It is just that practical. So I've enjoyed that aspect, and being that I can control the rear climate from up here, that's been nice too, just to, I don't know, make it easier. That's just been really nice. So the climate, the way everything works has been awesome. The cooled glove box I have really enjoyed, and I think any SUV we ever buy, I want a cooled glove box because you can put just the baby's milk in there, which is great. You can put your own beverages. We had a Starbucks gift card, so we went through the Starbucks line and got some Frappuccinos. My straw split in half, so I couldn't exactly finish it. So I put it in here with the cooler on, and when I got home, I could enjoy it with a brand new straw. So just little stuff like that. I know that sounds very bougie, but hey, we're in a 6-figure luxury car. That's what you do in a car like this. But I like that aspect. On top of that, the ride quality is really good. It's floating over bumps. It's nice to drive, no complaints. I think my one complaint I would say would be the rear seats are a little stiff. So my wife noticed sitting in back, she's like, this doesn't really ride as soft as I would expect. Up here, I can't say the same. So I wouldn't mind the second row being a little bit more plush. Obviously, most of the time it's just gonna be kids back there. So, you know, the whole one of us sitting in the back isn't gonna be a forever thing, but it would be nice if they were just a little bit more plush. That way, when you do have adults riding in the second row, they can kind of experience the 6-figure price tag that I'm experiencing up here. So probably my one complaint with it. Other than that though, it's also a rugged vehicle. You know, there's the luxury SUVs, but then there's the rugged ones too that can do a lot. This can tow a serious boat. This can tow a serious trailer. You can adjust the ride height, you can lift it up. You could go on some off-roading adventures. Not to say you're gonna go wheeling in this, but if you're going on maybe some camping trip where you need some terrain capabilities, this has some serious capabilities to it. And the technology, it's got a 4-wheel drive system. It's not just a front-wheel drive vehicle with rear wheels that spin sometimes. This has a tough powertrain, and it can handle some big stuff. Definitely take into consideration the Infiniti QX80. I really like this, and we have had a fun time with the baby in the back and everything. No complaints. That is it for the latest and greatest from Infiniti, their QX80, the Autograph. This is definitely the trim to get. This thing is loaded and very nice. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.